What's going on, everyone? So, the De'Aaron Fox situation is a very interesting situation because they are a sinking ship and they are sinking fast. They're probably not even going to make the play unless something drastic happens, something crazy happens. De'Aaron Fox, however, it's probably in his best interest to just hit the reset button here and just be like, hey, get me out by the trade deadline. Even for Sacramento, kind of makes sense right now with their pick situation and stuff like that, right? Like kind of it bottom out here a little bit. Right, because if their pick falls in the lottery, they'd get to keep their pick. So it's kind of like, hey, we should explore this a little bit. We should see if we can maybe make something of it here and kind of hit the reset button a little bit. But the question is like, where does he go? Where does he make sense, right? And teams like the Houston Rockets, the San Antonio Spurs, Los Angeles Lakers, primarily, I think it's clutch. I don't really think he's going to go there unless he pulls an Anthony Davis and forces his way there. Teams like the Warriors make a little sense. Like there's several teams that make sense. But another team that I think makes a lot of sense would be for now and the future is the Miami Heat, right? Like, and I was really thinking about this, kind of racking my brain. And like, could you imagine De'Aaron Fox, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo? That would be tough. Like, it'd be Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo have done more with less than any team in the league, any stars in the league. You have arguably, if not the best coach in the league, in Eric Spoelstra. Heat culture and all that stuff would be, you're always able to find those kind of diamond in the roughs and stuff like that. You have the pieces. You could go trade for him, bring him in. For De'Aaron Fox, you immediately are on a contender. I mean, every year they're in the conference finals or the NBA finals. You're in the Eastern Conference, right? So the chances of you actually being in the NBA Finals is far greater than in the Western Conference. Even if you did go to a Houston or San Antonio or something like that, right? Like in the East, you'd only have like two teams you have to really worry about at that point. And then on top of that, you're in Miami, you got the beach, the weather, the girls, the nightlife, all that stuff, right? So you're just in happy health, right? Like all that. It might keep Jimmy Butler around, right? Which Miami does want to keep Jimmy Butler. And so if you're Miami, you kind of get Jimmy that help. You get the guy. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo are like the two stars that I think can work with anybody because they don't care about their personal stats, right? Like Jimmy Butler, he doesn't care if he's giving you 5 or 50, right? Like, hey, Fox, go ahead, do your thing, my guy. Right? Like, I'll just stand here, I'll play some defense, I'll chip in, give 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, whatever. Play some hard-nosed defense, get after it, do the dirty work. Same thing with Bam. Hey, you need me to give me 30 tonight? Sure, I'll give it to you. You need me to just chip in, give you 10, 10, and 5, play some defense? Sure, no problem. Sacrifice my body, die for loose balls, do all that stuff. I got you. Don't worry about it, right? Like, I just think that with the coaching and the culture and all that stuff, it might be one of the better situations for De'Aaron Fox. And then even after Jimmy Butler, you still are in Miami, which is a destination. You're still have Bam Adebayo, right, which would be a good position to be in, right? Like, him and Bam would make for an excellent duo. And then, you'd be able to kind of retool and revamp around those two. And you'd be in a great spot. And if you're Miami, put a package around like a Tyler Hero, go get Fox, right? That's probably the best thing that the Sacramento Kings could get anyway, right? So get a nice little package. I think it's a realistic package. Something around Tyler Hero, maybe another young guy, couple picks, boom, get De'Aaron Fox. Now you got your guard for now and the future. Him and Bam are, same age and fit each other's timelines. So that way, even when Jimmy Butler rides off into the sunset, you still have those pieces, right? You still have your veteran guys and kind of your key guys and stuff. And again, you have Jimmy Butler, De'Aaron Fox is every year one of the best fourth quarter players, one of the best closers. Guy will get you, 27, 5 and 5, right? Like 27, 5 and 8, right? Like, I think that with the defense, I think it fit the culture. You got the excellent coaching. Yeah, like Miami makes a lot of sense. Like I said, I was really kind of just like going through and, the usual suspects as far as like teams that he could go to and stuff. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, what about Miami? Okay, what Miami give up? Tyler Hero, I think like you could survive without, especially if you're getting De'Aaron Fox, right? Tyler Hero's been great this season, but he's not De'Aaron Fox. And, De'Aaron Fox is still young enough to where, you still have a very bright future even after Jimmy Butler. And then you still have Jimmy Butler. And even if you wanted to still trade Jimmy Butler, you could and go get a nice package for Jimmy Butler and then have De'Aaron Fox and Bam Adebayo still, right? So, like, you could go. The thing is, he would have to do it this trade deadline, which I don't think De'Aaron Fox will. I think De'Aaron Fox will ride this season out, finish this season, because the problem is like in the offseason, right? Like Jimmy's probably going to want out by that point. I just think you're going to have a lot more chaos, although, maybe you could potentially work it out. But I look at it and I'm just like, man, like if you can work it out to where, you end up with Fox, you're sending out like a Tyler Hero package. I think that'd be good return for Sacramento, probably better than some of this other stuff that they're going to get, right? Like, what are these other teams going to give them, right? Like Spurs, probably a Vassell package, right? Like, I would personally, this is just me, like, I don't have a dog in either fight, but me personally, I'd take Tyler Hero over Devin Vassell. You look at, I don't know, like the Lakers would be like an Austin Reeves package, right? Like, you can make an argument either way, but Tyler Hero is younger, right? Like, I think he's a guy that you can make a definite argument that he's better, or at least in the same vein, but also younger, so there's more upside, right? Like, I think Tyler Hero's better. I just think he's a better shooter, more athletic, right? So I would take that, and I'm a Laker fan, right? Like, so if I'm being honest, like, I'd take Tyler Hero. You look at the Warriors, okay, like a Kuminga package, sure, but like, he's probably got the most upside. He's probably not the best out of all the guys, but he's got the most upside and like star potential. And you kind of go down the list here, and it's like, what would be better than like Tyler Hero and whatever, a Ware and a couple firsts, or something like that, or Jovic or something and a couple firsts, right? Like, it's a pretty good spot to be in if you're them, right? And then, like I said, if you're Miami, you can now go and you got your kind of three guys there. You can keep Jimmy around. You're probably the second or third best team in the Eastern Conference at that point, right? Also, even if there's like a little bit of a learning curve, right? Which is why I kind of would want to see it happen now, like before the trade deadline, because even if it doesn't work out this season, you can kind of, like, you spend this season kind of figuring it out and seeing like, okay, what else do we need? How else do we position this? And then in the offseason, you can go and kind of put the rest around them to where now you're one of, if not the better teams in the league. Like I said, you're in the Eastern Conference. The only teams you really got to worry about is like Boston, the Knicks, Sixers, maybe if they're healthy. But even then, like, what kind of playoff P are you getting? Are you getting pandemic P? Joel Embiid, like, what Joel Embiid are you getting come playoff time? Boston, Miami's just always been in Boston's head, right? Like, so, and you add in De'Aaron Fox, I think it's going to be even worse. Knicks, it could be tough. Cavs, right? Cavs are still really good. I'm curious to see how it translates to the playoffs, but I mean, they're a tough team. They're a team that easily could have been in the conference finals last season, and they've been better this season. So really, again, like, you have like really maybe 3 or 4 teams that you'd have to worry about, and you're only going to play like 2 of them. So, but if you look at like the West, it's like 1 through 12 you get, right? Like, you're like, man, I'm gonna have to play all like 3, 4 of these teams, and it's just it's a gauntlet, right? So I don't know. Again, it's something I was thinking about, and I was just like, you know what, this makes a lot of sense. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle. Do you like the idea of Jimmy Butler, De'Aaron Fox, and Bam Adebayo? Do you think, like, nah, stay away from the De'Aaron Fox, right? You got to pivot a different direction, or nah, they still got to trade Jimmy. You got to go another way. Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps but not. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications, appreciate y'all, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.